Boom, you're watching news, and we've got a triple header of absolute shockwaves hitting the sports world. Man City's Champions League dreams, shattered by an early red card. Then, a stunning report. Are Manchester City already planning for life without Bernardo Silva? We've got the inside scoop on who they might be targeting to fill those massive boots. And the drama doesn't stop there. Pep Guardiola is feeling the heat after that Real Madrid clash, even saying, "Everybody wants to fire me." We break down the pressure and what it means for the future. You don't want to miss this. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Bernardo Silva sees red. Man City's Champions League nightmare begins early. The unthinkable has happened for Manchester City in the Champions League. Just moments into a crucial match, star player Bernardo Silva received a shocking early red card, leaving his team decimated and facing an uphill battle they simply couldn't overcome. This wasn't just a setback, it was an immediate crisis that dictated the entire trajectory of their European campaign. This red card wasn't just a moment of madness, it was a pivotal turning point that completely derailed Manchester City's aspirations for European glory. The absence of a player of Silva's caliber so early in such a high-stakes game created an immediate tactical disadvantage that proved insurmountable against a formidable opponent. This has once again raised questions about City's ability to navigate the knockout stages of this elite competition. The match itself saw an early red card for Bernardo Silva, a decision that immediately put Manchester City on the back foot. Without their influential midfielder, the team struggled to establish control and create meaningful chances. The opposition, seizing the opportunity, pressed their advantage, ultimately leading to City's downfall in the tournament. This early exit is a bitter pill to swallow for the club and its fans, especially after their recent domestic dominance. Fans are reeling from the unexpected early exit, with social media buzzing about the red card incident and its impact. Pundits are dissecting the tactical implications, questioning how a team of City's caliber could be undone so swiftly. The narrative is clear. A single moment of disciplinary action has led to the end of their Champions League journey. Don't go anywhere, because the fallout from this result is huge. Next, we're diving deep into who Manchester City might be eyeing to replace a legend. City's next star, Man City eyes Serie A midfield maestro. Manchester City's recruitment machine is always humming, and a new name has emerged as a potential successor to a club icon. Reports suggest City is plotting a summer move for Como midfielder Nico Paz, a player being scouted as a long-term replacement for the influential Bernardo Silva. This potential transfer signals a strategic shift at the Etihad, as City prepares for a future without the Portuguese playmaker, who has been instrumental in their unprecedented success. With Bernardo Silva's contract talks stalled, the club is proactively identifying talent that fits Pep Guardiola's demanding tactical system, particularly midfielders adept at operating in tight spaces and maintaining tempo. Nico Paz, a 10-year junior to Silva, has been turning heads at Serie A club Como 1907 under the guidance of Cesc Fabregas. The young Argentine has impressed with his attacking output, notching 9 goals and 6 assists this season as Como has climbed the league table. His profile aligns with what Guardiola seeks: a technically gifted player with creativity and the ability to impact games, drawing stylistic comparisons to Silva himself. However, any deal faces a significant hurdle. Real Madrid holds a buyback clause for Paz, acquired when they sold him to Como for €6 million. Madrid could potentially re-sign him for just €9 million, creating a competitive and complicated transfer landscape. City may be willing to outbid, but contractual clauses could ultimately determine Paz's next destination, with Inter Milan also reportedly monitoring the situation. But what does this mean for Pep Guardiola's own future at the club? We'll break down his candid remarks after that brutal Champions League exit. Everybody wants to fire me. Guardiola under pressure after Real Madrid stunner. In the wake of Manchester City's Champions League exit at the hands of Real Madrid, manager Pep Guardiola has spoken candidly about the intense pressure he faces, admitting, "Everybody wants to fire me." The surprising comments come as speculation mounts about his future, especially with just one season left on his contract. Guardiola's tenure at City, now his longest at any club, has been marked by immense domestic success, but the Champions League trophy has remained elusive for most of his decade-long spell. Despite winning the treble in his first season with Barcelona, he feels the constant expectation to replicate that success, particularly in Europe, where a single Champions League title in 10 years is viewed by some as an underachievement. The recent loss to Real Madrid, a team that has repeatedly thwarted City's European ambitions, has only intensified the scrutiny. Guardiola acknowledged the team's efforts, stating, "We tried finals, semi-finals, but expressed a desire for the club to have the same Champions League obsession as Real Madrid." He even joked about his record, saying, "I should win 6 Champions Leagues," highlighting the immense pressure to deliver the coveted trophy. Despite the rumors and the pressure, Guardiola remained somewhat optimistic, stating, "The future will be bright and next season we will be back." However, his comments about potentially walking away one day, coupled with City's potential second consecutive season without a Premier League title, have fueled further debate about whether this could indeed be his final chapter in Manchester. Will City bounce back, or is a new era dawning? We're looking ahead to who might be replacing a legend in midfield next season. Guardiola's future in doubt. Everybody wants to fire me after Real Madrid loss. Pep Guardiola is facing intense scrutiny following Manchester City's Champions League elimination by Real Madrid, leading him to candidly state, "Everybody wants to fire me." The stark admission comes amid growing speculation about his long-term future at the club, particularly as his contract nears its end. 10 years into his highly successful, yet domestically focused, reign at the Etihad, Guardiola's quest for more Champions League glory has been repeatedly halted by Real Madrid. This latest defeat, which saw City knocked out on aggregate, has reignited discussions about whether the manager will see out his contract or if a change is imminent. The club's unparalleled domestic dominance starkly contrasts with their relatively modest Champions League record under his stewardship. Guardiola's comments suggest a weariness with the constant pressure to win Europe's premier club competition, a trophy he has only secured once with City. He lamented the perception that failing to win the Champions League equates to failure, a standard he feels Real Madrid embodies. Despite the external noise, he offered a glimmer of hope, assuring that next season we will be back. But the uncertainty surrounding his tenure remains palpable. The football world is abuzz with these statements, with fans and analysts debating Guardiola's next move and the potential impact on Manchester City. The manager's uncharacteristic public display of pressure highlights the immense stakes involved in his role and the relentless pursuit of European success. But before we look too far ahead, let's recap the biggest stories that shook the sports world today. Stay tuned for our lightning round. And that's a wrap on a seismic day in sports. Man City saw their Champions League hopes crash and burn after an early red card for Bernardo Silva. We've got the inside scoop on City's surprising transfer target Nico Paz, lined up as a potential successor to Silva. And Pep Guardiola himself is feeling the heat, admitting that everybody wants to fire me after that Champions League heartbreak. What a day of drama. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to news for all your breaking sports updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment, leave a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all our socials. We'll see you next time.